Hi, my name is Melissa van Dijk and I'm a professional makeup artist, and for today's video I thought I would share with you a beautiful eye makeup look by only using these 4 shades because they are common in drugstores, so most people would buy them and they nearly have no idea how they should use them because there are 4 shades. Sometimes you can also, well, with these ones you can all use them on its own. Just make sure that you're blending it out nicely so that there aren't any harsh lines. But for today's video I thought I would use all of them and I would show you how you can do a simple but beautiful eye makeup look. So I have already my base on and I also prep my eyelids before I'm going to apply any eyeshadow shades. So if you have really oily lids, I would recommend using an eye primer. If you have really dry lids, then don't mind, skip the primer, you can also apply it on its own. And what I did, I just used a little bit of concealer and I just blended it into the skin and then used a little bit translucent powder on top, which will nearly do the same thing, and this is just that it won't crease during the day. So first off, we are going to start with the first shade. So I'm going to take this a little bit more dense but still fluffy brush and I'm going to pick this shade right here. So it's the second darkest shade and I'm going to pop this in my crease. And with these all 4 shades, they are all in a shimmery like finish, but the lighter ones are a little bit more shimmery than the darker ones. So that's why I'm going to pick this one right here in my crease. And I'm going to choose this brush right here. So I packed my brush a little bit with some eyeshadow on it and I'm just going to apply it in my crease and I'm going from the left to the right. Now it will look a little bit more messy because it's a shimmery shade, but still, just because it's shimmer doesn't mean that you can't really use it in your crease. I just wouldn't use it if you have very hooded eyes because then it can make it look a little bit worse. So I wouldn't recommend doing this style for hooded eyes. If you have hooded eyes, make sure that the crease shade is matte and then on the lid you still can use a little bit of shimmer. So I'm just going to blend this out. And I'm also going to connect it with the outer edge and with the lash line. So I'm keeping my main brush in the crease, but then with no product on it, well, the main product I have already distributed, but I'm just going to fluff it out. Then I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush. I'm just going over it and blend it out. Don't mind about this part right here because we're going to clean it up later on, but I'm just going to focus now in my crease and also above. Now onto the second shade, I'm going to take this one right here and I'm going to use my finger to apply it. And if you need to, you can also use a little bit of setting spray or just water and spray your finger with it so that it can pick up a little bit more pigment. So, and now I'm just getting my finger in it. And there you will see that it picked up a lot of the product. And I'm going to pop this now on my main mobile lid. And I'm going from the lash line towards the crease. So and now we can move on to the third shade. Now for the third shade, I'm going to pick the darkest one and I'm going to apply it with a stiff rounded brush towards the outer corner of my eye so that I can add a little bit more depth to the eye look. So at first I just packed the brush with some product and I'm going to dab it at first before I'm going to blend it so that I can add a little bit more depth to this outer part, and then I'm going to blend it in with the crease shade. And don't forget that you always should have a clean brush with you so that you just can blend the shades into each other without adding any extra color to it. And this shade I'm also going to keep in the crease, and I'm not going to drag it above. So now I'm going back in with the light green shade, which we have used on the main lid. And I'm going to apply a little bit more on top of the dark green, so that the shades will melt into each other. So and now I have added a little bit more depth to the outer part, and now we can move on to the lower lash line. Now for the lower lash line I'm going to pick the crease shade again, this one right here, and I'm going to use an angled brush, but it's a fluffy brush, so that I can get it nicely on the lower lash line, and I'm going to connect it with the outer part of this area right here. So I'm just going to swipe the product underneath the lower lash line. I'm going to connect it with the outer corner, and it should look a little bit more smoked out, so that's why I have chosen the fluffy brush. If you just wanted to keep it just underneath the lower lash line, then go with a little bit of a smaller and also stiffer brush, but this is just what I wanted to turn out, and I'm also going close to the inner corner. And then with the brush with no product on it, I'm going to blend it. So I'm going to add a little bit more depth to this part. And then smoke it out. So, and now for the outer part again, I'm going to use the brush again where I have used a little bit concealer on top. I'm going to create a clean line, so that the lower lash line will melt in with the upper part. Going back in with the blending brush. And I'm connecting the two shades into each other. Now with the last shade, this is the lightest shade, and I'm going to use this as an highlighter. So I'm going to use a tiny brush, and I'm going to use a little bit of setting spray, and I'm going to put it in the inner corner and also underneath my brows. So just spray the brush with a little bit of setting spray or even water, it makes the same. And then I can get into this shade right here, and I'm coating the brush. And then we will pop it in the inner corner and also underneath the brows, just to open up the eye a tiny bit. So if you have something like I do and you don't want that this is so close to your nose or whatever, I don't know what happened there, take your sponge or brush with some foundation on it, and then you always can clean it. And if you like to and you just got off a little bit of product, then go back in with the concealer on the sponge or on the brush and get it on it. So this is where I want it, and also right here. And as I said before, you can all use these shades on its own. Just make sure that it's nicely blended, that there aren't any harsh lines. But this is now the outcoming eye makeup look that I have created with this palette, and I'm just going to finish off the other side and then we are done. So now that we have used all the shades, we can now move on to mascara. So I'm just going to use a few coats of mascara, and then you're done with the eye makeup look, and then we can move on to the lips. So now the eyes are done, and I have used a few coats of mascara to make them really pop. And now we can move on to the lips, and the reason why I cancelled out my natural lip color with some concealer is because I have two shades right here which can match with the eye makeup look. So because green is quite cool toned, I can use this shade right here, which is a similar green that I have on the eyes, but then I think it would be too much green, or this purplish right here, and this is also cool toned purplish, and I just think that this will match beautiful with it. And when I took some pictures where I had both of these on, then I just found myself a little bit more like prettier with this shade right here, because this was just too much green. And this is also why I'm going to choose this one right here. So I'm going to pop this on my lip. Of course you can go with any other natural color. I just wouldn't go with like a really warm toned shade besides of, let's say, red, because red and green complement each other. But I wouldn't go with a full-on orange lip or something like that. I would keep it natural or go with a cool toned shade. So that's why I'm going to pop on this lip shade right now. And then we are basically done with the eye makeup look. So I'm just going to pop this on, and I just cancelled out my natural lip color because this shade is quite unusual, and to get it pretty I just like to get rid of my actual lip color so that nothing will look through and it's really just only like this shade, so that I have a clean canvas. So now that the lipstick is on, this is the completed makeup look, and I hope that you like it. And I just created the eye makeup look by using the 4 shades, and this is all what you need to create a beautiful eye makeup look. And as I said, go also for the single ones. You can also apply them on your lid, you don't have to go with the 4th. But if you are going to choose the shades like with 4 different shades in it, then I would suggest you to pick some where you have 2 mattes and also 2 shimmery ones, like an highlighting shade and for the main lid, and then 2 matte ones for the crease and also lower lash line or outer corner. This would be the perfect combination of shades, and you could create any look with it, and it also would suit your, and also it would suit nearly every, well, it would suit every eye shape. So just go for this one. That's what I created. If you have the same palette at home, now you can try it out, or if you have a similar one. I know that my mother, she has like quite a lot of them, and she has them nearly also in blues and also in purples, but she has no idea how to use them. So that's how I actually came to this idea, and also I hope that this is also helpful for you. And this is the total eye makeup look. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like it. And if you want to see another eye makeup look, this is right here. And if you want to be subscribed to my channel, this is right here in the corner. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye!